I'll be live in just 1 second here. Just 1 second. Give me a minute. Let me make sure everything is up and running here. Damn, I think we're live here. Yeah. That is true. Damn. Did I not update the thumbnail? What? Did I not update the thumbnail? Give me a minute. I'm going to update this thumbnail. I got an interesting thumbnail here. I guess I'd have to do that from YouTube. Let me see if I can do that. Let me see if I can do that. I'm coming. 1 second. We're going to cover shallow. Oh, let me turn my mic up. Yeah. We're going to cover a little shallow. Yo, it sounds like a little feedback in my mic here. Let's see if I cut it down a little bit. You guys let me know how that sounds. And let me see if I can update this thumbnail. How do I do that? Otherwise, I just say fucking and keep rolling. Shit, the content is better than the thumbnail anyway. And let me see if I can get that going here. Guys, if you're in the audience, I don't know how many people we have in the audience just yet. Let me check and see here. And we got 3 people watching right now. Let's see who's in the audience. Daniel Nixon, what's going on? Oh, I've been up, man. I've been up working, shit. Oh, shit. Sounds like a little feedback. Yo, let me know how the audio sound is. It's always a constant challenge with these mics here. So let me know if it's too loud, too low. Because I'm hearing a little feedback in my ear. A little squeaking sound or whatever the hell it is. It's like, damn, let me put this mic down a little bit more. Guys, let me know how the mic is. Daniel Nixon, you're in the audience right here. Let me know how that mic sounds. Is it loud enough for you? You can let me know. I won't delete this one. Might have to turn my headphones down. Okay. Yo, how's this sound right there? All right. I think we're good to go now. And the title of the stream, what's the title of the stream is Shallow Hendrix. She says we need a tribe up here. We need a tribe up, that's what she says. And it got me to think about the Divine Nine and all them motherfuckers. And let's hear Shallow.
Hi everyone, I'm Shiloh Hendrix.
And I don't know what's up with the volume here. Let me make sure the volume's up. And make sure my desktop audio is up loud. Yeah, it should be up loud.
Hi everyone, I'm Shiloh Hendrix.
I don't hear shit.
Nobody is asking me for any money.
Oh, okay.
So, there's that.
Let me rewind it.
Hi everyone, I'm Shiloh Hendrix. I wanted to take a little time to talk to you all about what's been going on with my fundraiser and kind of the aftermath of the park situation. Also some concerns that have been brought to my attention. There are a lot of people who think that this has all been a scam, that I haven't been getting my money and that it's not going to me. I have gotten every dime of my money. It's all gone to me. Nobody has asked me for any money. So there's that. Rest assured, all the money has gone to me. When this first started, I had a handful of people helping me out. Anglo-Saxon Girl, Tom Hennessy, Paul Miller, and
I think Tom Hennessy is the one that gave her $10,000, by the way.
Ofsterbone, Avi, and they really just were kind of guiding me through this time and promoting my fundraiser and getting the word out there about everything that was going on. So I am forever grateful for all of them for that. And then the Avi thing happened where he got fired from his job and uploaded a video and started his own fundraiser. That had nothing to do with myself and the rest of the people that were involved. As soon as we found out the truth about all of that, I severed ties with him immediately. I am not married to him. I don't know him. I've never met any of these people. So I just want to shut that down right now. Yeah. When I first found out that the park video was going viral, it was terrifying, but not surprising, because obviously he was recording me. It was going to get out there at some point. I did not realize I was going to have so much support and have all of you people rally around me and have my back in this situation. And it was very overwhelming, and I am so grateful for you all for that. When this first happened and I went on X and I saw Anglo-Saxon Girl had posted my video, I messaged her and I was like,
I think we've shown some tweets from Anglo-Saxon Girl, by the way.
hey, that's me. Just kind of needing somebody like-minded to talk to. And of course she didn't know it was me, so we went through the whole process of, proving who I was. And that's when we kind of got the whole fundraiser started and set up. And yeah, the rest of that is history. I also just want to say how proud I am of everybody and just showing what can happen if we tribe up and if we stick together and if we
tribe up and stick together,
keep fighting back. Our future, our existence depends on standing up for ourselves and not backing down. And we just have to keep on going. There's no other option. I mean, what else are we going to do? You can't be afraid of words. Don't be afraid of the people who are so fragile to a word.
Oof. Oof. Fragile to a word. She's saying, don't be afraid of these people.
I am just so thankful for you all. We are in the process of looking for a home. We have looked at some, getting out of the state and starting a new life. And I want to have a quiet life. I don't plan on, being an influencer. I don't plan on doing interviews. That's just not something that I would ever want to do. It's not on my agenda. So maybe someday, but I don't foresee it happening anytime soon. We're all doing okay. We've been moving around a lot. It's been an adventure. It's fun to see new places and, been kind of an outlaw. Again, I just want to say that I am so grateful for all of my supporters and all of my people who have been with me through all of this. And yeah.
My people. Oh, she's letting it all hang out here.
I haven't said anything on here. I haven't done any sort of videos or spoke to anybody really. So I felt like it was about time to clear the air and just kind of, keep you updated with what's going on. And yeah, so I just want to say thank you, everyone. And I will talk to you later.
It's interesting. Someone pointed out her eyelashes. Yeah, I don't like those eyelashes. I don't like the tattoos either. But I don't think it matters anymore. I think that, she represents, a sentiment. She's like the embodiment of the sentiment. And guys, I don't know if you saw the last street interviews that we did is the other day. And it was 3 nurses that sat down with us, and maybe we'll go back over there at some point. We're gonna cut it up. But those three nurses, they work in DC, and the one lady, she was very outspoken. And even though she had only been here 2 years here in DC, she said, "Shit, I contribute to this city. I pay taxes, big taxes. But not only that, I patch up your children, mostly black children, that come into this children's hospital on the border of Northeast, Northwest DC." And so she felt like she had just as much claim to DC as any Washingtonian, and she was taking, was it regular, degular, or someone, someone, whoever was talking about DC in the chat. This white lady stepped up, and then there was another white lady in the back, and she kind of reminded me of Melania Trump, kind of the Eastern European look. And you could tell she wanted to talk, and she was the only one that said she knew who Shiloh Hendricks was. The other, one lady said she knew she was, but she wouldn't tell me. She let me tell the audience, and then the lady in the back was like, "Yeah." And then they asked me, "What do you think, Mr. John, about the N-word?" And I said, "Well, hell, I ain't that fragile that I'm worried about the word," and that is exactly what Shiloh said. She said about right here.
What can happen if we tribe up?
If we
stick together, and if we keep fighting back.
Mm-hmm.
Our future, our existence depends on standing up for ourselves and not backing down. And we just have to keep on going. There's no other option. I mean, what else are we going to do?
What else is left?
You can't be afraid of words. Don't be afraid of the people who are so fragile to a word.
And that's what the white woman asked me. She said, "But Mr. John, are you fragile to this N-word?" And I said, "Ma'am, I think these blacks are using that word as like a hammer, a mallet over your head. They don't give a damn about their word. They use iterations of the word. You know, I go on niggers panels. I was on the nigger freezer panel, and I used the N-word. And I guess he had someone moderating. He had stepped away or something. And she said he got a N-word ban. And I'm saying to myself, like, you can get up here and call black women bitches. JP can get up there and talk about the virtues of welfare and shit, telling niggas that they ain't good as welfare, that the welfare system is better than them. But one word you can't say. But you can express all kind of crazy ass opinions and shit. And the niggas would say nothing but one word. And I said, "Man, I ain't going for that bullshit. These niggas be making up arbitrary bullshit rules and want to force everybody else to comply by them. Fuck that shit. Who the hell gonna comply to some damn niggas?" some nice shit. Ain't nobody paying their no mind. And Shiloh Henderson sends a message out to the blacks and everybody else. Say, "Look, shit, our people can tribe up, nigga, and you know that shit get real bad if white people start tribing up, nigga." And you can even read some of the comments here. Niggas, y'all don't want these white folks tribing up now, do you? I don't believe you do. And I'm sure there are plenty of comments. Let's see what the comments say here. A message from Charlotte. And we're going to get into the Divine Nine, the black organizations. Let's see what they're doing. If you're interested in what that little pendant she had on her neck, some Greek anthology, whatever the hell it is, mythology. And so someone looked it up. And good to have follow-up directly from her. I'm curious what that scammer situation was. Someone says there was no scammer situation. She just nonchalantly named white supremacy and Nazi X accounts and then acts like she didn't call this child a racial slur. Filth to America. Someone says I donated to her. So who is the racist financial advisor? I guess they got a financial advisor. While they've connected her with a financial advisor, we've now connected her with a racist financial advisor. This event is like hitting the lottery, and most lottery winners lose all their money within a few years. So we want this to be a lifelong blessing. She stands for a movement here, and they're going to make sure she even receives wraparound services. She's using your words, niggas. Nice shade. You know, you always talk about the wraparound services that you need for your children. Someone said, I thought she was going to apologize for something. Then she doubled down and said, tribe up. Oof. Oof. The time of these whites backing down, I think, is over, bro. And it took a woman to tell the whites to tribe up. OnlyFans strike while the iron is hot. People saying, showing what can happen if we tribe up and if we stick together and we keep fighting back. Our future, our existence depends on standing up for ourselves and not backing down, and we just have to keep going. There's no other option. And someone says, amen, sister. Oh, man. You guys, you nice shade. You may have let a damn Somali awaken the Saxon here. When the Saxon began to hate, someone put her in like this, what's it, something like one of the movies, this series like on Netflix, or this one of them fucking favorite, them real popular movies. I can't remember the name of that. Fighting, what was this shit that was real popular on Netflix? Everyone says you should watch it. I can't remember the name of this shit. The woke right. I am so relieved she's just not some white trash meth head junkie. She didn't ask for my advice. If she did, I'd tell her to don't get in a rush. Give it more time. Sit on the money. Keep it safe. Sit on it. Don't go buy the first home you fall in love. Like, she's getting good advice here. Real good advice. These people are in her corner. They have advisors, as you can see here, that want to see that she's well taken care of here. And it's not like some rich white woman, not even a very attractive white woman. And so it got me to thinking about, I was going through my Twitter feed, Instagram feed, and I'm just going to handle it one by one. And I just comment on some of the things I see here, or I saw. And here's one of the first things I saw as I was getting ready for the show. I said, and yeah, here's this is I think this Q Butter here, and he's saying here's a title of a stream called "White Black Accountability versus Fatigue." Let's be real, y'all tired of us, and we are tired of y'all. Okay, I keep saying, blacks, if you're tired of the whites, give it all back. Give all the infrastructure back, build your own shit. But you don't get to keep the white man shit and being tired of him, right? All them rockets that Q Butter is building at his school, I'm sure there's some funding somewhere handed down by the white man, right? And if you tired of the white man, you tired of him, then, you can form your own organizations and maybe they'll help fund your rockets, Q Butter. And it got me thinking, well, what kind of organizations would Q Butter reach out to? And I guess it would be the Divine Nine. The Divine Nine surely would step up. Why can't maybe it'd be the Divine Nine. These black organizations. Shallow Henderson talking about tribe up. And we got a Noop right here. So it's like marrying a Noop. He takes center of attention. The woman back there is just like, man, this is who I'm married to. Jeez, Luis. Yeah. Tribe up, people. Go ahead and tribe up if you want. You want to tribe up with these people? Noops. Look at him. He ain't laying no more pipes in the ground. He not gonna put no roofs on houses. He just like to dance and party. And that was a young one, and then here's an old one. It never gets old with these people. I bet you people have been to the mall and stuff, you see this shit. Wipe me down. Woo, this nigga by 60. Wipe me down. Wipe me down. Wipe me down. These are the educated blacks. I want you to see them. Yes, yes. These are the educated blacks. He a noob. Wipe me down. He done something, y'all. And the little child is looking like, have mercy. Goddamn. Wipe me down. Tribe up, niggas. Tribe up. Black organization, the Divine Nine. The most educated amongst us. Some of them. What is Man, you know, you got Universal in the audience here. I bet he's seen some shit like this. I bet Universal's seen this. Universal, you ever seen shit like this? The Divine Nine. Yeah, they are. Look at them. This is a fucking restaurant, by the way. I don't even hardly see anybody eating. And no one of their business go out of business, but the Divine Nine right here. And these are older women. Look at that one in the green. God damn. These are black organizations formed on college campuses. And look at how they behave. Tribe up, as Shallow says. What these people gonna do? They'll just be fucking dancing all day. They're not gonna build anything. They're not even gonna raise money like Shallow did. They just be fucking dancing, having a good time. And here's more. Look at this shit. What the fuck is this? Why do they have to do this? Somebody help me explain this shit. What the fuck? What the fuck? This is probably on a college campus, by the way. I've seen this. Hell, I went to a black school. I've seen this shit. This is your best and brightest that you're gonna have to tribe up with. Stanley says there's no black community. It's a black college. It's a black college. All black people all around. And they're fucking dancing. Y'all Nightshade better hope y'all didn't fucking wait up the sacks in here. I mean, you know, the blacks, you know, don't want this kind of bullshit. If y'all niggas don't woke up these white people, we owe you one. We were trying our best to live in peace with white people, and you motherfucking niggas out here fucking with these white people. And this is all you really want to do. You don't want to build nothing. Somebody said Spill was beautiful. Maybe the nigga can be a windmill. The nigga can be a windmill. This is the divine. You know what's so interesting? And I'm going to draw, can I draw a connection between Puffy and the Divine Nine? Could I draw a connection between Puffy and the Divine Nine? All you blacks that went to black colleges, you all know that they kind of partition the women off. We all know this shit. I know you niggas don't want to be honest. But we all know they kind of partition the women off. The Kappas get the AKAs, and the Qs get the Deltas, I guess. And that's, that's kind of how it worked. Everybody knows it. And just like kind of how like Puffy courting his women off and was able to prostitute them. And these men, look at these niggas throwing gang signs in the back. Old niggas. The old Divine Nine.
Coming to you once again. Hey, Omega Fest on the 24th, Sundress Linen on the 25th. After Sundress Linen, we have what? The Midnight
Sundressings and Linen 2025. Nigga in Memphis. Imagine that nigga. These niggas got shooting, police beating each other up.
For the most exclusive event, May 23rd through May 25th. Sundress of Linen coming to you once again. Hey, Omega Fest on the 24th, 25th.
I got a sundress, but she said I'm trapped in Kappa land. This is just what I was telling you. Right? And the Kappas, they get their women, and then the Qs get their segment of the black women. That's how it worked on black colleges. I went to one. This is what they did. Nigga, it wasn't nothing but an orgy fest. The Q, anyone in the chat didn't know how it worked. Put it in the chat, you know how it works. The Qs get the Deltas and the Alphas get the Kappas. I think that's how it works.
Qs, and as always, he massive. He massive. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah, you know.
DFC!
Universal said the original freak offs. This is why I said, like, this Puffy shit, and we're gonna get to that jury in a minute. This Puffy shit, I'm telling you, like, like, this shit is normal. The blacks want to act like this shit ain't normal, but these niggas been freaking off for a long time. Ask anyone that went to a black college how these frats freak off. And they divide themselves, depending, it's the light-skinned girls here. Well, these are Delta, these are light-skinned Deltas. And they would team up with the niggas that you saw in the last video.
Numbers, look on to the right on the DST. Well, never mind, you got it. Look, yay.
I don't even know what the point of this shit is. Look at this shit. These are Noops, Kappas, and they get the Alphas women now.
Getting my pain, getting busy. Don't take it after why, cause you'll get dizzy. You'll be dazed and amazed by a pain craze, but don't be phased. Inside,
the one in the front.
gonna be a Kappa till the day I die.
Baby, no. Are you serious? It's the same with the PWIs, Universal. It's the same with the PWIs. What? They take their show on the road. We got Be Brave in the audience. I want to know what the hell Be Brave thinks about this. Can you imagine some old white men stepping Be Brave? Q-dogging in the mall and shit? People are clapping like they're doing some shit.
Smooth.
Smooth.
So mad. So that's it. Well, we'll just cover this through some stuff. All right. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Good work.
Now.
Salutations. I'm Chad Rose, the 59th boss list of Nu Omega Chapter, and I bring you greetings here from the historic Nu Omega Fraternity House. This summer, July 23rd through the 27th, we'll be hosting the the Dr. Moses C. Norman International Leadership Conference. We look forward to all of you having a fantastic time here in the city of Detroit. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to bring in J.L. Cooper Coleman, and we are going to show you the city. One of our beloved...
I can't believe this nigga ride around Detroit. As terrible as Detroit is.
African American history.
Nigga, show us the history of the blacks destroying Detroit.
Second largest African American.
Oh man, show us the history of the blacks destroying Detroit. Just want to play games here. Where's the hotel? Oh man, oh man. Shallow telling the people, the white people, to tribe up. And I'm saying to the blacks, this is your tribe. When they're organized, they're educated amongst those organized, ain't nothing but a bunch of dancing and stepping and shit. And when they open up a club, this is in...
This look like a scene of Where's Waldo. And my boy in the front, Lord help him please.
Hey, Steven, of course I need guys up here, bro.
Now,
Tribe up, niggas. Tribe up. Tribe up. You have to tribe up with these people. And Shallow, she's probably ready by 800,000 right now. And these people here, they spend their money so frivolously. Eesh. Good luck, niggas. Good luck. That's what you wanted, you got it. Ooh-wee. What? These are Q dogs. It's your tribe, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody said Risky is a Q. Tribe up, niggas. He could be the DJ on the battlefield. Now at least we got the music covered. He get to playing that music. These niggas get to stepping on the battlefield. Look at him. Someone said, so there are dances specific to the frats? Herman, are you white? You didn't know this, Herman? Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Yeah, this is the Q-Dog dance right here. Somebody said his DJ name is Flavy. I think that's a joke. Oh, wait a minute. They're dancing letters. Someone said they're dancing the letters to the. Okay, I did not know that. That's the news to me. I did not know that. Funky, agile, and tenacious. I think he calls himself here. They call themselves Bruz is fat. Yeah. Oh, you can see the letter. Where's the Q? Where's the Q? I don't see a Q. Are they making a Q? Someone said, like the YMCA. Are they making a Q seriously? Are they spelling it out? It's Q-U-E, by the way. So that's what they would be spelling, Q-U-E. So someone said they're spelling it out. I can't make it out. I can't make heads or tails of it one way or the other. But anyway, the Divine Nine, these are the organizations that the blacks have created on college campuses, the best and the brightest of the blacks. And right here close to home, this is the Mecca. The Mecca. Howard University is considered the Mecca of the black colleges here. This is the Mecca, ladies and gentlemen. You know, Thurgood Marshall, all them niggas went there. And here they are.
Okay, where that beautiful man at?
The Mecca. How many of y'all knew Howard was the Mecca, as they call it? The Mecca. So they said, what do they do? We had a lady on the live stream today. She the live stream street interviews the other day. She was so proud of her daughter graduating from Howard University.
With no panties on.
Panties on. Give me a minute, I gotta warm up my coffee. Somebody said, that's my uncle's group. Your panties on.
You see another nasty song.
It's the Mecca. Someone said they're showing their leadership skill. Howard University. Does anyone remember the lady, her daughter was graduating from Howard? And she said, my daughter's going to an Ivy League. Does anyone remember that? And I just sat there and I just said, yeah, okay. And I just so casually, I said, well, what is she going to be majoring in? What is she going to be studying at Columbia? And she said, climate change. I said, oh, shit. I said, oh, shit. You gonna go to Columbia and study climate change? Who the fuck does that? But there it was, an educated black and even more educated there. And again, these people are gonna tribe up with someone, and these are probably the best and the brightest, the people on the Mecca here, at the Mecca here, and yeah, I say good luck to you niggas. Good luck. Good luck. It's gonna be rough sledding here. And let's see, what is this? Did I show this? Let me see. What is this? Oh shit, this is, somebody sent me this. I don't know if this is this year. Is this this year? I don't even know if this. Whoever sent me this. Howard has a, let's take a look. This is at Howard University, by the way. The Chadwick Boseman College of Fine Arts graduation ceremony. Chadwick Boseman is the Wakanda nigga, I think. Oh, he's a Q dog. Look at the people in the back, in the audience, clapping for the shit. The professors and shit. Watch the people in the back, the professors, the staff, the administration. Someone said Dolomite. Shout out to Dolomite, supporting the channel, by the way. He's an assistant supporter of the channel. Herman, Lindy Lou, Anyways, I think it was Nas 415. Everyone that comes and watches the show, and definitely, in particular, the ones that support the channel, really appreciate everyone. Something I was gonna say here. You know, I wonder. Someone asked me, like, what will these people be doing in, 5, 10, 20 years when they leave college? You can't behave this way, in the workforce, So they're gonna have to hold all of this shit in when they go to work. And they tend to hold it all the way in. And I showed you the text message from the lady the other day where she was, I like OBS, the white young Galt, but she, damn, you threw me on my topic. But anyway, here in this, as you're seeing here in this graduation here, every Divine Nine, every members of the Divine Nine are permitted to showcase themselves while crossing the stage without being kicked out of the ceremony. You can see that here. At the Chadwick Boseman College of Fine Arts ceremony, members of the Divine Nine are permitted to showcase themselves while crossing the stage without being kicked out of ceremony. This is Howard culture. He never dropped his degree. They commented there. So again, I ask you, what will these people be doing in 10, 15 years? I wonder. Everyone's favorite Zeta there was there. No graduation is complete without allowing the dogs, the Q dogs, to put on a show. This is Howard culture. He never dropped his degree. Have mercy. See if we can find that on Instagram. See the comments there. Damn, I thought I could log in through Facebook. It don't. Doesn't Instagram on Facebook? What? Whatever the fuck. Whatever. Oh, I can't. I can log in on Facebook. I should already be logged in Facebook, right? What? Whatever. We'll look at that later. Anyway, that's again, this is the Mecca, and this is how they behave in the Mecca. And so I ask you, like, how will this guy behave once he leaves the Mecca and he has to comport himself? He has to behave himself. It's gonna be very, very interesting to see how the best and the brightest tribe up. And we go to more of this. Let me see what this is. People sending me this shit. I guess it's graduation season around here. And people saying, man, John Galt, you can't believe took my husband to Delta land. Well, this is a Delta wedding. We showing you a Noop wedding. This is a Delta. Are they the ones that said ski week? Or they do the diamond, the hole? Bitches throwing gang signs out this motherfucker. These bitches be fighting and shit too. Bitches out here throwing gang signs.
What is the
see, this is one of the things that you see on these black college campuses. And it's very typical of blacks. You can hear their chants, and they're saying, a Delta is what a AKA can't, or whatever the fuck she's saying, what a Zeta can't, whatever the hell they're saying. You listen to it for yourself. And I think it's coming now when she's going to tell you what a Delta is.
Let's go.
A Delta is what a AKA ain't, what a Sigma want to be, and what a whatever the hell can't. So these people, even when they get to college, they don't even click up. They don't tribe up. They form little clans amongst themselves. And that is what you're seeing here, what they're explaining to you for the uninitiated here. That is exactly what she's explaining here. That, we clicked up now. We've divided ourselves into little bitty cliques, and this is the clique that we're in. We're the Delta clique. And damn, this is not what I was looking for, but this is Baltimore here. Sheesh.
Hey, look at him. He's bloody.
They just wore his ass out. They just wore his ass
He
out.
always sit right there just smoking a cigarette.
He was shooting back at them though. He was shooting with them. He was shooting with them. Oh yeah, he ready to die.
Look at her, look in the back and she cried.
He definitely ready to die. They lit his ass up. Look at his body.
Man, they look like a white man who shot too in Baltimore. Dundalk. I think that's the white part of Baltimore, the poor white part of Baltimore.
God dang, yo. Oh yeah, he done. He done. Oh yeah, he is done, bro. God dang, yo. Man, we gotta get out of here, yo.
Oh my gosh. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at him. He's shooting at the man. Look at him.
Damn. That ain't what I intended to show, but goddamn. Baltimore, rough city. Jesus Christ. Fucking Baltimore. Jeez Louise. Last week we were talking about, they were talking about how there's a housing crisis in Atlanta. And we were looking up some prices of housing in Atlanta, man. Some of them shit's $100,000. And the senator of Atlanta, he was blaming corporate landlords. And I didn't believe that was true. I just don't believe that. And here's a clip from a couple months ago.
A crisis. That's how one expert describes housing affordability here in Atlanta.
11 Alive's Molly Oak shows us the new numbers, breaking down Metro Atlanta's affordability as more people are expected to move here.
Affording Atlanta.
Oh my God, it's so expensive. I feel like you have to live really far out in order to afford anywhere, a house or anything alone, especially.
Now, you heard her say he got to live really far out. But we show houses in the city of Atlanta under $200,000, livable, move-in ready. Some of them is sat on the market for damn near 200 days. No one has bought them. And Stanley chimed in. He said, I think that house right there is in a black neighborhood. I said, well, what that got to do with why the blacks don't buy it? If it's in a black neighborhood, that means why don't the blacks buy it? Why don't some of these steppers, these big steppers, buy some of these properties? Instead of that sundress and linens weekend where the niggas get to dress all up, put that money into buying one of these cheap-ass properties in Atlanta. Or some of these cheap-ass properties. Fuck one, you can probably buy a whole bunch of them.
I don't think it's affordable for people who don't have good monetary resources or family resources that have money.
Affordability had been an City of Atlanta issue for a long time, but it is an issue which has been growing.
Even affording Metro Atlanta.
Every city in the Lebanon County Metro is feeling the pinch. They're all faced with the affordability issue. And so it is truly a big regional issue at this point.
Data from the Atlanta Regional Commission shows wages for the average worker aren't keeping up with the increase in housing prices.
It is a crisis for people who are in the region right now.
According to the ARC, from 2018 to 2023, the Metro lost more than 230,000 affordable units, apartments renting for $1,500 or less. Plus, it's forecasting by 2050, another 1.8 million people are moving here.
And if we're not keeping up with the pace, if we keep building at the pace that we're right now, and we keep losing units at the pace that we are right now, we can only see this problem getting worse.
And while the ARC says there's not a one-size-fits-all solution to getting back on track,
I think financing is one of those key mechanisms that we're seeing a lot of movement on, but we need to see a lot more injection of cash into these projects for them to be successful.
Molly Oak, 11 Alive News.
Now,
I'm so horny.
Now you know that's bullshit. Because I showed you this. I showed you this last week. I showed you some of the properties in Atlanta. I mean, they were cheap as hell. See Atlanta. We will go southwest where you can get a good deal. Southwest Atlanta, we go southwest ATL shouting. Southwest Atlanta, Georgia. Look at these cheap ass houses. We sort these motherfuckers from low to high. We're gonna sort them from low to high. Hey, look at this shit. Look at this shit. What? Cheap ass land. $65,000. $75,000. Need a little work, but fuck it, $75,000 in Atlanta, in the city of Atlanta on Fairburn Road, wherever the hell that is. I think Stanley said that's a black neighborhood. Here's another one, $75,000, 3-bedroom, 1 bath. Nice house. Look at that. There's a housing crisis in Atlanta. Here's another one. Look at that. Yeah, there's another one. And you just look at how cheap some of these houses are. $90,000. Let me, I'm gonna call somebody. I just gotta ask somebody. Let me see. Who do I know? I know somebody living in Atlanta. See what would he say? $90,000, $100,000. I mean, look at all these cheap ass houses. That one's vacant. 90,000, 100,000, 102,000. Yo, you on with John Galt, my man? Hello? Hello? You on with John Galt, my man. I hear it's a housing crisis in Atlanta. Is that true?
Well, I'm not. Know that the houses are not worth. Price going down.
You said the pricing is going down in Atlanta?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question. I'm looking here on Redfin, and I'm seeing houses value. You can buy a house in Atlanta under $200,000. It's a lot of them. But it says a house, and I'm talking about in Southwest Atlanta, man, 100,000, 110,000, 110, 115. Yeah, I mean, there are pages after pages of them. There are 9 pages of houses under 200,000 in Atlanta, just house after house. And so, but they're saying that there's a housing shortage in Atlanta. How could that be? And you're in the real estate business. How could that be?
Well, I mean, if you found one for under 200, it needs some type of work to it.
I'm looking at one right now for 125. It looks real nice. It's on Peyton Place Southwest.
Yeah, I know what that is. What's square footage?
1,000 square feet, 2 beds, 1.5 baths.
Oh, okay. So yeah. When you go that size, you might be able to find you some. Shit, we just built a 3-bed, 2-bath in Griffin, Georgia for $155,000, man, brand new.
But this ain't in Atlanta. I mean, that's not in Atlanta. I'm talking about in the city of Atlanta, where they say there's a housing crisis. Here's another house on Howell Drive, Southwest. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Howell Drive. It looks like a decent house. $109,000. Why aren't people? Here's another one on Ewing Street, Southwest. Looks like it's a decent house, livable. You can move in there right now. Somebody lives there. Why are these houses not selling?
Well, I think it's.
What do you think it is?
It's got a lot to do with the value.
What do you mean the value? It's $100,000. That's the value. That's the price. Do you think the value? Do you think the house is worth less than what they're trying to sell?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So you saying that this house that we're looking at for $130,000 in Atlanta is worth less than $130,000? Is what you're saying? It's not worth $130,000. Jesus Christ.
And when you go.
Someone said, "You know, John." I know. Why do you think these houses? So you saying that $130,000 house really ain't even worth $130,000, and it's fixed up, bro. It's fixed up, bro. Like, this house is clean. It's fixed up. $130,000. That's something, ain't it?
I might need to take a look at that, but we talking about Southwest Atlanta, though. So,
tell me about Southwest Atlanta. What's the deal there? I know nothing about Southwest Atlanta. Explain it to the audience. What could be causing the price of this house to be $130,000 clean?
You gotta look at the neighborhood rating.
What should I be looking for in the neighborhood rating? Can you give me an idea?
I give you an example. You know, the house that I renovated sold for $200,000.
It's sold for how much?
$200,000.
Okay.
It was only 1,000 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I literally could have got more than that, but the neighborhood rating was so low.
What is the neighborhood rating? Can you explain that for the audience? They may not understand what a neighborhood rating means.
Yeah, well, when you go in and you're searching properties, they got information about the property, the area, the community, school stuff, man. And so they base that rating not only the schools, but crime area.
You said the crime and everything?
Yeah. Yeah, all that shit is a factor.
So you said the crime is a factor. So you think the crime could be causing this really nice house listed at $130,000. Mortgage estimated at $900. Nobody would take a chance. Is the crime that bad?
It could be. It's possible that if you take a street on Good House, and you probably will see some dilapidated property. Yeah, right. You know, next door, go down. Here in jump.
But why don't let me ask you a question? Why don't all those rich blacks in Atlanta come in and take it? Like, it's a lot of rich blacks in Atlanta, correct?
Yeah. They black men.
They, when you go out, you see money, you see affluence. Niggas be in nice cars, don't they? Yeah. They got when I go to Atlanta, I hear the nigga be throwing money in the strip clubs. Is that not correct? Huh? Do they? Atlanta used to want, the rappers, the rappers. There's so many rappers down there in Atlanta from some of these same neighborhoods, correct? Right? Like YSL, they from Cleveland Avenue, Cleveland, whatever they call it, right? Maybe we should do a walk down Cleveland Avenue. Is that in Southwest, Northwest? Where is it? Where is that? Maybe we should see what the property values look like when the rappers leave their legacy behind. What do you think? Maybe he got the values, be holding the values like Elvis Presley's house in Memphis. What did the rappers left behind in Atlanta? Young Thug, Lil Woody. Maybe they going through there and motherfucker buying up all them properties. You think so? Are they buying up all the properties on Cleveland? Or the blacks? Or the rappers? Why do you think the rappers don't buy up Cleveland and Michael Luther King and what's the other nigga? Joseph Lowry Avenue. Why they don't buy all them fucking avenues off the X's of them famous black men that they name these highway X's off of? We looking at fucking houses $130,000 clean, and you're telling me that the crime rate in the neighborhood probably plays a role, but there is not a housing crisis. This is what I'm trying to explain to the audience here. There's a housing crisis where people are willing to live. They don't want to live here. What is this neighborhood like? Argus Circle. Do you know where Argus Circle is? Howell Drive. You don't know what it is? How about this? You know where, let's see, you know where Ewing Street is?
No.
Okay, how about Esplanade Circle? How about Hamilton East Holmes Drive?
Yeah,
you know what it is?
I know what that is. Right.
They got a house right there for sale for $132,000. Well, what kind of neighborhood is that?
Shit, that's Bankhead.
That Bankhead? What does that mean? For the audience that don't understand what the hell Bankhead, I know what that Bankhead bounce. Oh, that Bankhead bounce. Ooh, I remember back in the day when we were young niggas, you go to Bankhead, get that dope. You go Bankhead, get that dope. But they said 132,000 in Bankhead, Hamilton East Home. You said that's Bankhead. So that's no bueno. That's no bueno. The crime probably still pretty bad there, I would imagine. Is that right? Do you know where Esther Drive Northwest is?
Yeah, I know where Esther is.
What kind of neighborhood is that, my friend?
Vicinity, I think.
Oh, that's all in Bankhead. Is this Bankhead?
Southwest.
It's Southwest.
Swats.
The Swats, Southwest Atlanta. Southwest Atlanta, 150,000. It's a nice looking little house right here. Nice brick. Ooh, it's moving in ready, bro. Fucking move in ready. 150,000.
How much?
150. 3 beds, 1 bath. Let's see how long it's been on the market. How long has it been on the market? 17 days. At 150,000. I wonder why all them rich blacks in Atlanta don't go buy it. How much you think this house is worth? If it's 150, how much do you think it's really worth? Since no one has bought it, what do you think is worth? What would you pay for a house over there? 3 bedroom, 1 bath, clean, 1,000 square feet, 1 level.
Yeah, and that's a turn off too. Just
But there's a lot of senior citizens and shit don't want to climb for the stairs. You got 1 level, you got everything on 1 level. It's 100,000. Hell, you probably could build something on top of it if you so chose. 100,000, 150,000. What do you think is really worth? How much would you pay for that house? You get all the land, 8,000 square feet lot.
Yeah, that's real small lot.
That's a small lot.
Yeah, I mean that's less than a third of an acre. That's it's
okay.
Probably like the middle lot.
How much would you pay for that house right there? If you had the money, just if you had cash money, you go pay for it right now. How much do you think it's worth to you?
I mean, I definitely offer. But like I said, I would need it look.
It's clean. It's a clean house. You know, it may have some foundation shit. You can't look at that and tell, but I don't see nothing. I don't see. Let's just assume ain't nothing foundational wrong with it. Nothing wrong with the roof. It's listed 150. Huh? Say what?
No roof, no foundation.
No roof, no foundation. Listed at 150. What would you buy it for? What do you think it's worth?
I might offer him a little bit.
You might offer him what?
A little bit over 100.
So 110. You think it's worth about 110?
Yeah, 115.
115. Maybe that's why it's sitting on the market so long. But they say there's a housing crisis, so why hasn't someone come along and offered them something that they would accept to pay to sell this house?
Well, I think a 2-bed accommodate everybody.
It's a 3-bedroom. It's a 3-bed.
Okay, 3-bed.
Mm-hmm.
Most people are looking for.
But at $150,000, bro, you probably could add another bedroom in the back of this house, right? For another $50,000, and you in for $200 now, huh? Am I wrong? You can put an addition on this motherfucker, right? Am I wrong? Huh?
Yeah, you probably get the room.
Yeah, you can put an addition on that motherfucker. So, and then now you got your 4-bedroom, 2 baths.
You might.
But you can get a foundation on there. I mean, you can get an addition on this motherfucker. It ain't impossible, right? And it ain't, right? So you can turn this into a 4-bed, 2-bath real easy, and still no one has said, I'll buy this. No one's bought it, right? There's a reason behind that. We're digging deep. Another $150,000 house, 1,900 square feet. Yeah.
Well, now that sounds interesting.
It's on Woodland Terrace Southwest. Woodland Terrace Southwest.
Yeah, I think I've been over there. I think I've been in that area.
Here's a split level for $155. Ooh, this is a hoarder living in here. On Old No Drive. You know where Old No is? 159 Burton Drive, Atlanta. Crestwell Circle Southwest, 159. Hey, do you remember our buddy that bought a house in that neighborhood? What was that neighborhood? Our buddy bought that house and the niggas immediately started breaking in. Do you remember that? What neighborhood was that?
Our house.
Yeah. You know our buddy, the art guy.
Yeah.
What neighborhood was that? What neighborhood was that?
I think they call it Cottage Hill.
Cottage Hill. Is that anyone in the audience familiar with Cottage Hill in Atlanta? I had a buddy Cottage Hill. I had a buddy, he bought a house in Cottage Hill. And I remember he took me by that motherfucker. Lame, you remember this shit? You remember I told you about this shit, right?
I went by there.
So we gonna tell the story. And I went by that motherfucker. He stopped me at the corner before we got there. He said, let me take you by my liquor locker. I said, oh, you got a lookalike in your neighborhood. Wow, this is nice. You know, John Galt, he live in the hood. Ain't no fucking lookalikers around here. So we went to his house down the street after we left the lookalike and sniffed a little cognac. And we went to his house. It was nice, man. Was it 2-car garage? It was a big house, though, wasn't it? It was a townhouse. Remember that?
Yeah. It's like a story townhouse with a.
Mm-hmm. It was a 2-story townhouse with a basement. Yeah. Cottage Hill. And I think he bought that house in the 3s.
Almost. I think about 280s.
Yeah, he bought that house very. He paid a pretty penny. And can everyone hear me, by the way? And so shortly thereafter, they were trying to finish the development, but they couldn't find people to buy in Cottage Hill. Sounds like a nice neighborhood, though, doesn't it? Sounds real nice. And so the developer ended up putting Section 8 people in there. Uh-oh. And then what happened? Do you remember what happened? Tell us what happened, Lane.
Got it. Oh, hold on. Say again.
So what happened to the development that he moved in, Lane?
You know, I hadn't been over there.
But when he was living there, they moved to Section 8 because they couldn't sell all the places. I don't know if you remember that. And they kicked the door in and broke in his house. And I remember when I went there, that motherfucker had, do you remember that kickstand they used to sell? You put it on the back of your door to keep niggas from keeping the door. Nigga, I ain't. Nigga. He had that kickstand up. And then he had to sell the house at a discount like a motherfucker. Yes, he did. I think short sale, gave the title back, whatever the fuck it was. But he couldn't live there anymore. Because the niggas had kicked the door and he had children. But he never would blame it on the blacks. Why he had to move, why his property, he probably still ain't connected the dots. And that nigga, he moved to an apartment. That nigga had a big ass house. He moved to an apartment. I know that broke his soul. Not that they did it to him, but that the fact that he couldn't admit it to a nigga like me, because you know I had to bring it to him. I had to bring it. I wanted to rub his nose in it, nigga. Do you understand what was done to you, nigga? He could not be honest. Still to this motherfucking day, he can't be honest what happened to him. They destroyed that nigga. Am I not wrong, my nigga? Am I not wrong? Huh? Them niggas destroyed his biggest investment. Took him down through it. Am I telling any lies here, my nigga?
Yeah. That's what happened.
That's what happened. Say it one more time for the audience. That's what happened, ain't it?
Yeah, I didn't know you had the short sale. I know that.
He had to get the fuck up out of there.
Yeah, I know that they had some couple units were vacant. And they had still lots so that they up the kid big.
Yeah. And they put them Section 8s in there.
Hey, but real talk, you know, like 3 or 4 blocks from there, it's fucking federal prison, man.
Maybe the niggas in Atlanta were letting the prisoners go.
No, I'm just saying, you know, that has an effect on the values too in that area, you know.
He bought around a federal prison. You said the federal prison? What the federal prison in Atlanta? Anybody know what the fucking federal prison? Atlanta. Federal motherfucking prison. Hey, right here on the screen before I go to Atlanta Federal Prison. What's East Point like, my nigga? What's that East Point, y'all? East Point? The rappers used to talk about East Point. Surely the rappers developed their neighborhood that they used to rap about. East Point. What's their East Point like? What's their East Point life like? What that East Point life like?
It's same, and they give you hell on red tape and shit when it comes to getting permits.
Would you live in East Point, my nigga?
I don't know. I have to check the areas, man. Not in the area.
Well, have you ever rode the train in East Point? That point. You ever rode the train over there?
I've ridden the train all the way to the airport.
All right, let me let you hear something from East Point. East Point shouted. Let me let you hear something from the point. East Point. I think this is the East Point Metro here.
Hi, sorry.
I got you on the court. You got glaze?
I can't tell. Hi, sorry.
I got you on the court. You got
You can see a nigga been shot.
glaze?
I can't tell.
You got glaze? Yeah, you glaze.
2 people.
Chasing out there.
Was you arguing with him?
No. There's one dude.
He went in my
shot
pack,
in
didn't he?
At least. In this train, there are 2 patients.
I'm gonna move it down a little bit. This nigga bleeding.
I'm in the train.
You the one got shot? Yes.
Yes, he's been
He
shot.
got shot on the
My
train.
daughter right here, y'all. My daughter. You alright, little mom? She didn't get hit, right? I got her. That's
On the
normal.
train crying. That is.
What the fuck happened?
He tried to go in my pocket. He said
You got money in your
tried to
pocket?
go in his pocket.
I just had cologne. Huh? Hurry up.
I'm on the train.
Hey, he crack pants out.
We're on the train, in the train.
Both. I've been shot 14 times, y'all.
Laying on the ground. A bunch of people standing here. Some are laying right here.
Bro, just catch yourself.
No.
Catch yourself. Whatever you do.
We are stopped at this station.
East Point. East Point. Yeah, East
Point
Point.
Station.
You okay, lady? Yeah, she fine. You good,
He's
bro.
good. You stay still.
You
Stay on the
stay.
ground. He's breathing. The shot in the neck seems like a minor.
Spin up leg. Spin up leg.
Say it again.
Ricochet. Yeah, it's I don't think it's icky, but it went past you.
My nigga, you know what that was about right there? You know what that was about right there? A man was going in this man's bag, and he said, hey, you going in my bag? And he shot him. He said 14 times, and bullets were ricocheting all through the train and hit another man in the neck. East Point subway station. So, give me 1 second. 1 second. I need a fucking assistant over here to warm up my coffee and shit. So, there must be a dangerous subway station there, East Point. Must be a dangerous station. And on the video, you'll see that no one even attempted to give him any aid. Pack the wound, nothing. Shot on the train, bro. Like, I imagine that had some effects on the property values around there in East Point there. Is that a town? I wonder what the property values in East Point are around that subway station. Must be bad. People are saying, couldn't you get off the train so people could get to work all day? I guess I got a question for you. You know, people in the audience, I'm sure they want to know, what are the demographics like in East Point, Georgia?
Got to pull it up.
You don't know what it's like when you ride through. You ever been through East Point? What's it like over there?
Yeah, I got a couple projects. Oh.
And so, what's it like over there?
Well, this area,
Say what?
Houses. One area is he bought a house, got him the permit over.
Oh yeah.
It's houses, older neighborhood scene. It's quiet. Big layer.
This man got shot on the train, bro. Shot on the train. And I think he survived. He was shot in the chest. Shot in the chest on the fucking train. Can you believe that? East Point shooting. East Point shooting.
But where was the shooter? He could have been from anywhere.
Say what?
The shooter could have been from anywhere.
Yeah, but he shot him. Let's see. Police search for suspect. I guess he got away.
Now, MARTA police are still looking for a suspected gunman who shot 2 people on board a train Sunday afternoon. Both people shot are expected to be okay. So that's the good news in this. This all happened right around 4:30 yesterday afternoon on a MARTA train going south toward the East Point station. MARTA police said that the suspect tried to take something from a passenger's bag. When the passenger confronted the suspect shot the man twice in the chest. Another bullet ricocheted and hit another passenger. We're told that the man shot in the chest made it through surgery successfully, and now police are waiting to interview him. So far, police have yet to release a description of the suspect. Atlanta News First senior reporter Patrick Quinn talked with MARTA's chief of police today on this incident and overall safety aboard MARTA. His story later today on Atlanta News.
And then he got real lucky, bro. And they got real.
They still looking for this.
And they would not release a picture of him. They got to know what he looked like because he shot somebody on the train. I'm assuming they're cameras. They wouldn't even tell you what he looks like. Ain't that about a bitch? Won't even tell you. You know, I remember you telling me one time there was a shooting at your school and the little nigga got all the way at your son's school and the nigga got all the way to North Carolina. You remember that? And the school tried to cover it up. Remember that shit? Remember you telling me that? And I said, damn, that's crazy, huh? Got to cover it up. Man, there's some cheap houses in Atlanta, bro. I'm starting not to believe there's a housing crisis down there. I believe there's a crime crisis causing people to not want to live in certain areas. You know where Asbury Lane Southwest is?
Ashby?
Asbury.
Oh, Asbury.
How about Amber Road? You know where Amber Road Northwest? Northwest. Now we're in the Northwest now. Like a nice little house. Somebody already lived there, so it's livable. $165,000, bro. Why isn't someone buying these houses, bro? Look at this motherfucker. You know what Santa Barbara Drive is? Sounds nice. In Northwest Atlanta. 170. This house is moving and ready, bro. 170. Let's see how long it's been on the market. It has been on the market for 101 days. What? There's no housing crisis in Atlanta. What? Look at all these houses. 169. You know where Crestwell Circle is?
No.
You don't? Damn, look at all these cheap ass houses in Atlanta. Now we talking to my buddy, he does construction in Atlanta, in the Atlanta area. He worked on gas stations, shit like that. And I asked him, gave him some advice, some very valuable advice. Here's another: Alfred Road, Northwest, Delmar Lane. All these in Atlanta, man, real cheap. Damn, look at this house. You know what Kimball Road is in Atlanta? Kimball. Yo, this is a big ass house, bro. 170,000. No one's buying it. It's only been on the market 6 days. 170,000. Where's the map on this shit? See where the fuck this place is located. Light renovation needed. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. Man, I might call one of these people, see what the fuck this problem is. I wonder why all these rich niggas in Atlanta ain't buying these cheap ass houses. Can you explain it to me? What do you think the idea is? What do you think the reason is? Let me look up rich niggas in Atlanta. Rich blacks Atlanta. Let's see.
Yeah, man.
Why you think they're not buying up these properties?
Some of them are. But, hey.
Look how cheap these fucking houses are, bro. And so you saying all of these houses that are so cheap are in bad neighborhoods? Would you say that's fair? I mean, some of these houses are cheap as hell, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
All bad neighborhood. Bankhead and shit. You know what you saying? Shit like Bankhead.
I can't just throw Bankhead on the book.
Hey man, you remember that house you used to own next to the gas station? I want you to tell the audience that story. You remember that time your wife? I think you said your wife was there with a friend of hers, and what happened at the gas station?
The guy I knew was killed.
You said somebody was killed at the gas station?
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't the first one. So what made this one so story worthy? Your wife was at the property, right?
Yeah.
And she was stuck at the property while they had it blocked off or some shit?
They had it taped off. We didn't really know what was going on.
Nobody moved, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I know you know what this is. You know where Fairburn Road is?
Yeah.
Here's a house, 3 bedroom, 1 bath. $180,000. Nice house too. 46 days on the market. Is that a bad neighborhood too? Would you say that's a bad neighborhood too?
I don't know the crime rate. I just know that, there's probably a lot of properties over there that bring the value down.
Properties bring the value down. A lot of properties over there bring the value down.
Yeah, I'm just saying, that 180 is probably the best thing over there.
Here's one for 110. Oh, there's some land. Hey, did you join a fraternity when you were at Tuskegee?
No.
Why didn't you join a fraternity?
I just didn't do it.
I know you wanted to do that motherfucking Q-Dog. You know you wanted to do that dog. Let me see. Let me hear you bark like a dog. Let me hear you bark like a dog. Can you do that Q-Dog?
No.
You can't do that Q-Dog. What do you think about these fraternities and shit?
I think they're good for networking once you out of school.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been hearing they do a lot of networking. I hear they're gonna have a sundresses and linen in Memphis. What do you think about that? Nigga, sundresses and linens in Memphis. And I got I got a video on the screen that it looks like a nigga doing some kind of network dance. I guess it's a network dance he doing. It's a cute dog on the screen.
Yeah.
So you said huh? What you say?
I can't see the screen.
But you said they're good for networking, huh? It's probably a lot of fraternities down there in the ATL, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, around AU Center.
Let me let you listen to something.
My brothers and I get ready for the most exclusive event, May 23rd through May 25th. Sundress of Linen coming to you once again. Hey, Omega Fest on the 24th, Sundress of Linen on the 25th. After Sundress of Linen, we have what? The Midnight Breakfast. So come on with us, be out with us, hang up with the Qs, and as always, he massive. He massive. Yeah!
Them like 50-year-old nigga Qs. They could be out there trying to improve Memphis, but they having a sundress, a t-shirt and panties party. Isn't this also interesting, huh? Also interesting how these things turn out. These niggas is all about partying. They all about partying, huh? You know, I got a headline here on the screen. Help may be on the way, my nigga. Help may be on the way. Help may be on the way for Atlanta. And it said, headline here, Atlanta is not a black city anymore. It's top U.S. city in displacement of residents due to gentrification. Atlanta is no longer a majority nightshade city. So where is the gentrification happening? It surely is not happening in these areas where it's $100,000. Where's the gentrification happening in Atlanta?
Close to the city.
Someone says black people can't have shit in this ghetto ass country. For real, for real. If the black billionaires weren't such coons and sellouts, they would get together, buy a large amount of land, and build us our own city, our own promised land, a Wakanda. I asked you that question. But you know, you remember when Atlanta used to try to brand itself as a strip club capital? You remember that?
Well,
you remember that?
Really.
You remember? Let's see if I can find an article and shit.
Yeah, I'm you got a custom set.
Yeah. Hey.
But this is a big strip club down there. You gotta run.
Yeah, I gotta run.
All right, man.
Talk to my people.
All right, indeed. Anyway, Atlanta, it used to be, they just said they didn't know what to do with themselves, so they wanted to brand themselves as a strip club capital. It shows you they don't have any ideas here. And hold on, I gotta make one call here. Give me 1 second. Let me call this nigga. Charging my phone too. Shit. Yeah.
The wireless.
Nigga falling off? Yeah, let me tell him. Give me a call. I gotta call like 2 people. By the way. Let me call this motherfucker. Let me call this man here.
wireless customer you called.
What the fuck? That can't be right.
The wireless customer you called is not available at this time.
What? Damn. Damn, I got one more person. What's his name? Oh, yeah. Like a airline overbooks flights. I overbook rooms sometimes.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, David?
Hey, who's this?
It's John, your Airbnb host. I meant to call you yesterday. Yeah, sorry about that, man. I forgot to call you back. Damn, I got the days. We have 2 places with private baths coming up. One comes up on June 1st, and the other one, I'm not sure when that one comes up. That's the one that you had actually booked. The guy's gonna get back with me, let me know how many more days he needs. I think he has some kind of hospital emergency. So that's the case with him. But we do have one available in the same house. And again, I can give you a discount on that one since it's not, the private bath like you booked there.
Well, yeah, I guess again, because the reservation is more about like the space needs. So I know I could live out of one room, but the amount of stuff I'm bringing with me required the full space.
You need storage? You need storage? You need to store something?
Well, yeah, I'm packed up with a. I'm sorry, I'm in an echo.
Oh, sorry. Maybe my.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, yes, I have a good amount of stuff for me because I transitioned out of an apartment, just waiting for the next spot to be available. So I don't know if it'll all be able to fit inside of one room. And I'm not as familiar with the Airbnb policies and how it goes about it, but that was a lot of money that was taken out with the expectation I was going to be able to have the space. So.
No, you can check in earlier. That's not a problem. The room is ready. How much space do you? How much things do you have? Because we may have some space available to accommodate you. It depends on how much stuff you have. You have any idea, kind of like how much stuff you may have?
How could I? What's the best way to quantify it for you?
Like boxes or like clothes or like how is it?
It's a mixture of clothes, cleaning supplies, hygienic materials. I'll say it's enough to fill up 2 cars.
Oh wow, yeah, so it is quite a bit of things. Let me think about it for a minute.
I definitely feel for the people that need the extension, but I know I made the reservation and had it confirmed and everything. Yeah. So wouldn't it be on them to find another place to stay?
Yeah, I think, man, they had like a medical emergency or some shit, though. You know what I mean? So things may not have gone the way they expected. So there's that.
How early could I like see the space? I think if I see the space, then I'll be able to gauge like.
Yeah, I mean, you go by right now if you like.
Yeah, if I go by it right now, just check out the space, and I can let you know. I have the address. Yeah. I just need whatever code to get into the space that you had in mind.
Yeah, what time are you thinking about going? I just send you the code. Send you a code. You can get in there and take a look.
Who's that? Hey. Sorry, somebody's checking in as I'm walking out.
Yeah, no problem.
I think they got a clinic that's supposed to come through here, so.
You said 739.
Hang on, I gotta finish this phone call. Sorry, somebody walked inside the space.
No problem.
Yeah, I mean, I could be there in like 30 minutes to an hour. I'm just gonna drop off some stuff into a storage, but I still have a good amount of stuff I need to keep on me.
Yeah. As I say, We could do it anytime.
Okay, I'm literally down the street from there right now. I could just drive. We could just drive by and see how much, see if it's even a possibility.
Okay.
So if you can send me the code, I definitely appreciate it, and
Yeah, I'll
whatever
do that.
instructions.
Yeah, I do that. I do that right now. Yeah, I go.
All
You want me to just text it to you at this number right here?
Yeah, you can text it to this number.
Yeah, I do that right now.
Okay.
All
right. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll be in communication.
Hey, no problem. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And what's your name for me one time? I'll say the number.
John. Yeah.
John. Okay. Thank you, John.
Yeah. Lisa in the chat. Hopefully, Lisa's in the chat. No, it can't be her. I don't believe Lisa's in the chat. I don't believe that Lisa. She never comes in the chat. But if that is, what a pleasant surprise. Matter of fact, let me call her and see if she's available. I told her I was going to call her anyway. Damn, I had one more person to call though. Fuck, somebody went in the room. Or somebody owed me some money. Somebody owed me some money. Yeah, I know somebody owed me some money. I got from itching. Like somebody owed me some money. Let's see who owed me some money here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me see. Is that him? Yeah. Let's see.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, man?
I'm at work, man.
Oh yeah, I was calling to see you still planning on moving out?
I'm at work. I'll talk to you when I get off.
All right, yep.
All right.
Yeah. That was the homeless man. He said he's going back to the homeless shelter. He figures it's much more help he can get in the homeless shelter than he can get out here trying to make it on his own. You heard him say he's at work. That's the man that said he's had 25 felonies. Yeah, 25 felonies there. So you got to tribe up with a bunch of criminals here. And, back to Atlanta and their marketing here. I remember Atlanta tried to market itself as a strip club city that didn't work out. Someone mentioned Freaknik. Yeah, I went to Freaknik twice. And I just found it, even then, I said, damn, I can't believe a city would allow some shit like this to happen. And they did. And they must have thought that the whole city government had to think that it was a good idea, at least for the first 2 years, to allow just mayhem. But just like any black business, you end up with some shit like this where, a lot of people are in the club, but they're not necessarily buying anything. And that is what Freaknik looked like, right here. A whole bunch of people in the club, on the streets, blocking traffic, but no one buying anything. They're piled up in motels and hotels, 6-7 people to a room, and no one really made any money off of Freaknik, so they had to get rid of that. That didn't work. And then they went to try to market themselves under rap music. And there used to be a rap music, when you used to come into Atlanta, it used to be something, it was that Jermaine Dupri, Welcome to Atlanta, Billboard. And I said, damn, like, these people really are embracing rap music. Welcome to Atlanta, Billboard. ATL. And I remember, it's like, oh, damn, they put one up for, I can't believe these fucking people. Look at this shit. These fucking people.
Now, some drivers may have spotted this new billboard with tongue-in-cheek welcome for President Trump. Former President Trump. The Democratic National Committee has paid for 5 billboards trolling the former president and his recent felony conviction.
Imagine the blacks in Atlanta talking about anybody being a felon. Just imagine that. Hell, their jails are overflowing with criminals. And here they are mocking Donald Trump. Jeez Louise. Anyway, I didn't even know they did that. But there used to be a billboard, and it was like the rappers. It was like "Welcome to Atlanta." And it was a playoff of Jermaine Dupri's song. See if I can find it. It was "Welcome to Atlanta." Welcome to Atlanta. What is it? Welcome to Atlanta billboard. There it is. There it is right there. Yep. So Def billboard returns to Atlanta. It's back.
Maybe you've noticed a piece of Atlanta's music history is back where it belongs. The iconic So Def billboard has returned to the I-75-85 connector. If you didn't know, So Def Recordings was founded in 1993 by Grammy-winning producer Jermaine Dupri. The label played a major role in shaping Atlanta's music scene and helped launch the careers of some big artists like Escape, The Brat, Criss Cross, Bow Wow, so many more. Mayor Andre Dickens welcomed the billboard back, saying the city felt offbeat without it. And I remember, growing up, whenever we would leave town and come back to Atlanta, that was one of the first billboards you saw. So it's great to see it back. I'm not sure where it went. But
I was going to say, does anybody know why it came down in the first
I'm not sure, but Jermaine Dupri says that he's glad that it's back, and he's encouraging people to snap pictures and tag him in it.
Iconic.
Yeah,
I'd love to see
glad
that.
to see it.
Glad to see it. And so, I always compare Atlanta to Nashville, and Nashville kind of moved on, and they went with country music. And you going up and down Nashville, it's like record companies all over Nashville. And here is Atlanta, and welcome to Atlanta, Jermaine Dupri. So Def, the sign is back. They're further going to embrace rap there as kind of like the signature music of the city there. And you know what? Before I get out of here, I got to look up Cleveland. What are the property values like where Young Thug grew up? He made all that money, spent it all on bullshit. Surely he didn't leave them people in Cleveland where he sold his drugs and made his rap music. Surely he didn't leave them living in filth and trash. Surely he built something back around there. So we're going to look at the property values on Cleveland. That is so, as it should be called here. These blacks don't want to call it Cleveland because they formed a gang in the neighborhood. And so they call it Cleveland. And let me see if I can find what the property values look like in Cleveland. Give me a sec. We're going to see what the blacks have done in Cleveland. Maybe they are the cause of the white people moving back in. They built it up, made it so nice. We'll look and see. Cleveland Avenue. It's Cleveland Avenue. Matter of fact, I want to go right to where Young Thug was committing his crime. Right to where he was committing his crime. Young Thug. Cleveland Avenue. Maybe the area's turning around. Jonesboro Road. Okay. Where did he grow up? Jeffrey Williams from Cleveland Avenue. Let me see if I get his exact address. Jeffrey Williams. Address. Young Thug. Raised on Cleveland. Raised on Cleveland, they say. This is a real estate edition here. Showing you what the black tax is like all across the country. We did DC the other day. Here in DC, where I said the prices are half price as they are across town in Petworth, where that young lady, we interviewed her the other day, street interviews where she lives. Let's see where, do we have an address here? We just look up Cleveland Avenue. It can't run the whole city. Cleveland Avenue, Atlanta. Oh, right there. Right there. Escape. Cleveland. Someone said I should do Memphis. Was that Herman? Herman, you live in Memphis? Cleveland Avenue. I'm curious to know what it looks like. Oh, it's a little bit more expensive. It's $250. It's not Cleveland Avenue, though. Cleveland. Look at that one. Is that? Oh no, that's not in Atlanta. It's East Point. It's 170. Look at all these cheap ass houses. Fucking house is nice too. Oh shit! Did they have the windows boarded up? Look at that shit. Yeah, they had the windows boarded up. Look at that. He got board that shit up. Shit like Africa right there. You got board them shits up until someone moves in to keep people from breaking in. So this is why I say these houses can be sold at a steal, because you can't hold these houses long without someone coming in there breaking in and stealing the pipes, the electrical wire, hell, the appliances, the ceiling fans, whatever. And let's see how long this been on the market. You probably get this house for a little bit of nothing. It's a big house too. 12 days. Damn. 12 days. $259. $330. Decent prices here. $210. Where's Cleveland? Anyway, I don't see any Cleveland. Is it a decent price though? $420? Must be a nice. Oh, that's East Point. Damn, that's where the stabbing was. Anyway. Anyway. Oh, you know what? Before I get out of here, I want to talk about this Puffy jury. I think he's going to be found not guilty. If I were a betting man right now, I'd say I'd say Puffy's going to be found not guilty there. My bad there. I'd say I was listening to the jury. I'm going to let you listen to this. This is who's it? It's Myron from Fresh and Fit. He's been at the jury. And I want you to listen to how he described the jury. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second. And so he described the jury and the potential jury pool. So he was talking about how 7 black people were struck from the jury. And I'll let you listen to it. Give me a second. It's taking a minute to load here. And so he's talking about how 7 of the black jury members were struck from their jury pool. And they're for a myriad of reasons, some financial. But I want you to hear the reasons otherwise why the blacks were struck from the jury pool. And I figured that, you're going to see this kind of along the lines with Carmelo Anthony's trial as well. If he successfully gets the trial moved into Dallas County, he may not get the jury that he expects and say, okay, I found it. Here it is. I'm not going to put it on screen. I'll just play it.
We object, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
It
I'll
was
put it on
already
screen.
anticipated. Okay, well, the lead AUSA stands up. She goes through it. She says the first person, juror 51, she knew 17 names on a witness list, all of them. And she knows all the kids of Diddy. She watched Making a Band.
She on the blogs.
Exactly.
Bitch,
And
it was bad. These two, get her out of here.
yeah,
Right?
and she was her fiance was 4 years in prison. Second person that got struck.
Your little commissary, you bribe her ass right away. Get her ass on out of here, man.
He got arrested for harassing a cop, and he lied about it. He had lack of candor issues. Didn't tell the truth. And domestic violence problems. Third juror.
Well, let's speak about that for a second.
Yeah.
So in the jury questionnaire normally, does it say tell any arrest you've had? Because I don't think it's the arrest, right? It's probably him not being truthful about it, right?
Yeah. So when they give you the questions in the voir dire, right, where they're asking these questions, whatever, then they followed up with questions. If you're not truthful on that, because you have the ability to elaborate on things, right? Because if it might say there, have you ever been convicted of felony crime or whatever. But then what they might have asked him when they actually spoke to him is, have you ever been arrested? And he didn't say that. He didn't admit it. And then they ran a criminal history and they saw that he got arrested in 2010 for harassing a cop and he had domestic violence issues. The third person got ex-husband spent time in prison for murder, brother arrested for drug trafficking. Too close to criminals.
Really? So if you married, you know, one of these YNs, they caught a body, caught 3 hats, they like that pretty much gets you. Okay,
you're on jury duty. Same thing I tell all my listeners. If you work in law enforcement or you have anyone in your family that's law enforcement or you're super pro law enforcement, you don't want to do jury duty, say that I'm super pro law enforcement. I believe the police. I don't trust criminals. I believe the police. They'll kick you off immediately. The defense will need to get rid of you.
Okay.
That's how you guys get out of jury duty. You're welcome. If you don't got a criminal family. If you got a criminal family, you can flex that.
Wait, okay, now here's the thing too, and I heard this, and what do you think about this understanding? Because I get what you're saying. For like a regular person on a regular jury that you're not interested in, don't you think it's a lucrative opportunity, and don't you think people are trying to get on this jury?
I'll tell you this right now. So check this out. So I'm gonna get to that here in a second. So 2 brothers. So another juror got kicked out because 2 brothers for felony convictions. They watched the media coverage on a case. He admitted he would lose 30% of his pay by doing this trial, but he still wanted to do it. They got rid of him because they knew he would try to make money.
Yeah,
what you're saying?
Yo, it's gonna be a great book.
Yeah.
Like
so,
this is a great book. Like I'm telling you, a publishing house right now. I'm racing. I would start setting up the deals the week before closing.
Bruh, when they were, that was a big thing for them was anyone that had like media ties, anyone that was like maybe interested in like making money or some shit. They're like, nah, this dude, he said he was going to lose. Because I think one of the questions on there was how much money you're going to lose from being here. This dude said 30% of his income, but he said, nah, I still want to do it. They're like, get the fuck out of here, nigga.
It felt like there were more down to say, like the people who were like, yeah, I don't know. And they're like, no, you have to do it, right?
Yeah,
more than the people, like, if you're too eager, like, yeah, I'm losing out a lot, but I want to be here.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
The next person, bad English, can't be fair, nephew's in jail. And for shooting a cop.
Like some ESL shit, can't speak English?
Can't speak.
Or just stupid?
Can barely speak.
Holy.
Like ESL shit. Next person had sleep apnea.
If they were black?
Hispanic.
Okay.
Hispanic. Next person, sleep apnea, lied on the voir dire. They said nah. Next person saw the CNN video, thinks the victim jumped on the bandwagon. So he's a Puff fan.
Okay.
So he saw the CNN video and he don't believe him. So they got rid of him.
Okay, so so here's the thing. That CNN video is all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, a dog might have seen this CNN video.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
How do they flush that video out? Or, shit, let's think critically here, like from both sides.
I don't think seeing the video in itself
that can't be.
Disqualifies you. I think him saying that, because he said he thinks the victims all jumped on the bandwagon.
True. Oh, okay. So one of them ones.
Like, because he's like, oh, the Cassie filed a lawsuit, then this chick files a lawsuit, then there's a criminal case. Like, they were kind of like, this is bullshit. So they're like, nah, get this nigga out of here too.
Oh, yeah, they have a bias already.
So these 7 black jurors that were kicked out, basically, or he might have been, they say black, but he could have been Hispanic, Afro Latino.
Yeah.
Basically, that's the reason they kicked him out. Okay. All valid reasons. And it's funny. The AUSA knew they were gonna do that shit, bro. So she stood up. She didn't even stutter. And she rattled it off like that, and I was like, "Yeah, this AUSA is on point."
Well, 6 of them.
The 6 of them, yeah. But that was the lead AUSA that did that shit.
And so that shows you, I think, the sentiment of the jury. I know these are the people that were thrown off of the jury, but I think you're going to have the same sentiment on the jury that a lot of these people are going to be kind of siding with Puffy, and I don't think they're going to convict Puffy. Yeah, that's my thought. I haven't watched the whole trial, but just my thought. I don't think maybe on some of the charges, maybe transporting prostitutes. I think they have him dead to right on some of those counts. But some of the other cases, I think it's going to be very interesting to see how that all turns out there. So that's just my thought. Hold on, let's see. Oh, someone looking for a room here. Let me do this. This real quick and send it to that person. And hopefully they'll call me. Alright. And what else do I have here? Let's see. I think we covered it all here. The divine. Oh, I do have a couple things. Oh yeah. Let me cover this right here. Yo, check this out right here. This is coming out of New York. And New York's police department is in a lot of trouble in the upper ranks here. Take a listen to this.
Federal corruption investigation into City Hall and the NYPD now includes allegations of a shakedown.
You don't know your rights as an officer in a business establishment. You have to have reasons, reasonable cause why you have a reason to go in the store.
All right, but
Mr.
you telling
Christie,
him to step out.
Mr. Christie, you are the lieutenant or sergeant? Sergeant. Okay. You think you can just bust through people's bars, bust through people's stores with flashlights?
They went in your store.
You asking me? I'm telling you. Why you asking me what I'm telling you? Stop talking to me like I'm a fucking idiot, bro. I'm telling you what happened.
Don't talk to me like I'm an idiot.
No, I'm not talking. I'm telling you what happened, and you asking me a question. I'm raising it.
All right.
I'm raising it because I got violated, so I'm raising it. I'm upset, and I have a right to be upset. I have a right to be upset. I know what's going on. You can't do what you're doing, so I'm gonna ask you, leave my store now, all of y'all. And if y'all don't leave, I promise you, the 60th precinct is gonna be done. Because this is not the first, second, or third time y'all violated me. The last time y'all came into my establishment with no warrant, y'all searched my place with no probable cause. It's fucking one person in my store. Why is he busting through my store, turning my music off like he's a fucking boss in fucking New York or Coney Island? Why do y'all think that y'all run Coney Island? Why do y'all think y'all run this shit? When I'm fucking legit, I'm not doing nothing illegal. Why do you think I can come in my store and I'll pay your taxes? I pay your check. Why do you think you can fucking harass me and cost me money? So who's gonna pay my bills? You? You gonna pay it? Leave. And I'm done with y'all. I'm done being nice with the 60th precinct. I'm done with y'all. I'm done with y'all. I'm finished. I'm done being.
Federal corruption investigation into City Hall and the NYPD now includes allegations of a shakedown. A Brooklyn bar owner says he was told that his problems with the NYPD would go away if he paid the police commissioner's brother. And he says it was a worker in the mayor's office who tried to help arrange that deal. Chief investigative reporter Jonathan Dienst joins us now with details.
Chuck, the bar owner had his permits, his liquor license, and his share of noise complaints. But what he says he needed, a break from tough NYPD enforcement. Seeking help, he says he was injured.
Oh, this is old news? Someone said this is old news? But that police chief, the guy that they show right there, I remember seeing him. Did he resign over this? But damn, I think I remember seeing this guy too. You're right. You're right. What is he saying here? What, is there an update? Oh, the feds are now investigating the precinct. Wow, some of them are getting fired here. Cops are allowed to go into any bar. Yeah, that is true. Someone said that place was probably causing disturbances. Probably. He stood 10 toes down. Yeah, right, whatever. If it's old news, then were they really like extorting him or what? I don't remember the outcome of that case here. I don't remember the outcome. But anyway, so in some new news here, they found one of the escaped New Orleans prisoners. And he was doing what they do best here. And you can see him here. He's fucking laid out to me.
Yo,
oh, shit.
Let me leave this man up. But
Yo, that nigga did sleep.
let me leave this man up.
I'd have been scared to walk up on the guy, seriously. Damn. I think they have, what, about 4 or 5 more to go? He could be high. But damn, man. Shit, he just gave up, basically. Damn. He just gave up. Yeah, breaking out of prison only to get caught sleeping on a bench. That's absolutely fucking insane. What? What the fuck? Yeah, how are you so smart to break out of a prison but fall asleep on a bus stop? You're not serious about freedom, nigga. Somebody said he did it so he could go back. You know what? I mean, sleeping on a bus stop, shit, he had it better in prison. Yeah, I've never looked closely at a person on a bus stop either. Someone says, I wonder what their IQ is. Damn. Man, that is fucking stupid to break out. The nigga probably got about 15 more years. He probably got like 15 more years for that shit. Only to be caught at a fucking bus stop? What? That's fucking crazy. Hold on. South African president is coming to meet Trump today. Okay.
Said that no refugees were let in. Under President Donald Trump since January 20th, 8,666 individuals have been granted asylum. Those people have faced persecution for their politics, persecution for the color of their skin, their religion, and that includes those 59 Afrikaners who came in this country last week who have faced racial violence at the hands of their own government. They've had their land seized because of the color of their skin. There's been over 140 laws enacted that are race-based and to discriminate against racial minorities. So I got to correct the facts where you're on. Absolutely not. First of all, I have to correct the facts, Victor.
She went in on that. You know, it's interesting. I imagine like 50 Afrikaners are probably worth 1,000 Africans and 1,000 South Africans, in terms of how productive they are. So it's very interesting that they're bringing them here, and I'm interested to see how it's going to turn out.
Proximity might give you integration, a white man marrying a black woman. But that doesn't deny the fact that even though you might marry a black woman, that doesn't mean you can't be racist just because you've married a black woman. I think, and I've written about this extensively, I think we as white people, especially in South Africa and in the United States as well, where we've been conditioned with internal racism, we've inherited something that tells us that we are superior and that we deserve to be at the top. And I think that needs to be deconstructed through education and not proximity. Otherwise, you'll never be equal.
Okay, so
he's talking to black people here. Oh shit!
Do you understand?
Yo, they're gonna be in for a rough ride over there. Julius Malema, it's personal interest of mine. South Africa, by the way. Malema criticizes Nelson Mandela's foundation in its failure to defend South Africa from Trump's administration. That's interesting. I wonder what he's saying here. Whatever. Anyway, I wonder what the comments are saying. What does Malema's opinion mean? Malema that's Julius, the one that said kill the boar. If you're not aware of who Malema is, he's the one that said kill the boar. He's the one that sings the song. Anyone ever sing this song? Seen him sing the song? Malema, kill the boar. Oh, damn, they've had a debate about it? Wow.
All right, let's get into our discussion for the evening. EFF leader Julius Malema has once again sparked a debate, especially on social media. This is after he sang the controversial anti-apartheid song Kill the Boer at a Sharpeville commemoration recently. And this is despite threats of personal sanctions against him from the United States and criticism from those accusing him of inciting violence against a group of people. But for more on this conversation, we're joined by political analyst Tipan Duli. We've got legal expert. So thank you to talk Sharpeville.
Locally, I'm a proponent and a supporter of the values that undergird the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, namely social cohesion, nation building, and reconciliation. Once upon a time, there was a man by the name of Nelson Mandela. And there was another fellow by the name of Peter Mugaba. He kept on singing, kill the Boer, kill the farmer, kill the farmer, kill the Boer. Mandela, in his authoritative way, and this is not what people want to talk about, by the way, because it's disconcerting or uncomfortable, but this is a time now to at least recall that. He said to Peter unequivocally, if you are not going to stop singing this song, maybe it's time, young man, you go and form your own party. And for about 4 months, Peter avoided either in person.
To provoke, but I want to contextualize this. We are already on the bad light of Trump, himself. We took up his good friends, the Israelis, to the ICJ, and that in itself is rattling, rather very badly. But I also want to raise another question. Why this song actually in particular? We had other songs that were equally heavy. When people are angry, like we say, Sizoba, Dubula, Gemba, we will shoot them with our guns. We're expressing our hopes, expressing our. I have a poem I've written here to Trump. That Trump cannot come up try to steal.
When they tried to have this declared as hate speech by the courts. And the court there actually did something interesting. It actually went through the history of the song and how the song came about, what it was used, as an to show protest against. And then it went into a much more detailed.
No, he's trying to defend the damn song. I figured as much. He's saying he won't stop singing the song.
That is a court decision that must be respected. Those who have appealed it, they must go and fight it in court. We won, and we shall sing this song in line with the court decision. The Court of South Africa, an independent court, has made a declaration on this matter and is closed. This is sponsored outrage by Helen Zille. Black people, there are some black, clever blacks who are told by Helen Zille to get angry. Helen is angry, now we must be angry also. I don't even want to talk about that illiterate. If Helen was opposed to this for real, why didn't Helen join the case? Why didn't the DA join the case when I was taken to Equality Court? Why didn't the Freedom Front join the case if they are genuine? So I'm not going to over-explain myself.
That was Julius Malema there. I think it's Malema. And I'm going to end off with this last clip here. Damn. Whenever I want to end with one, I see another one here. Let me play this one first. Man, this is fucking crazy.
I can tell.
There's a little black boy here.
Guess the race of the person that. I'll tell you, they were black. Of course they were. And this is why I don't even like to be around my own people. If I was that person in the other booth that got rants all over me, bro, I would have been so mad. Because why are you even doing that? And the person who did it in the comments was defending their actions, talking about it's funny, it's a joke. You're weird. You're weird, bro. Honestly, please be racist towards black people. Maybe that's going to help them stop being like this. Because there's no saving the black community at this point. They're loud, obnoxious, irritating, rude, ghetto. I don't like to be around them. They have more cons than pros. So yeah, hopefully black people can stop acting like this. Because them acting like this impacts me. Because people are going to automatically think I act like this. Because that's how racial profiling happens. I blame the people who act like this, not the people who racially profile me. Because if they didn't act like this, I wouldn't be getting racially profiled.
Those tough words from that little young man right there. And here's Brandon Johnson running.
The mayor talks about is the hiring of black people. Some detractors that will push back on me and say, you know, the only thing that the mayor talks about is the hiring of black people. No, what I'm saying is when you hire our people, we always look out for everybody else. We are the most generous people on the planet. I don't know too many cultures that have play cousins. That's how generous we are. We just make somebody a family member, right? This is how we are. And so business and economic neighborhood development, the deputy mayor is a black woman. Department of Planning and Development is a black woman. Infrastructure deputy mayor is a black woman. Chief Operations Officer is a black man. Budget director is a black woman. Senior advisor is a black man. And I'm laying that out because when you ask how do we ensure that our people get a chance to grow their business,
the most generous people on earth, he says, and that's very interesting. The most generous people on earth, he says. Man, it's a sad story here. Jeez, Christ. Wow, this is a sad story. Maybe I'll play it. You know, for the people, someone's gonna like this. King Shenard, if you're in the audience.
40 years in prison for killing a 7.
Sotelo in the break.
Today, a 20-year-old man was sentenced to 40 years in prison for killing a 17-year-old who thought he was his friend.
Now, we first told you about James Sotelo in the Breaking Bond series. He was free on bond for assault when he murdered Corey Leonard Thompson, Jr. Fox 26's Randy Wallace has more.
A jury listened to a week of testimony in the murder trial of 20-year-old James Sotelo. In March of 2021, he gunned down 17-year-old Corey Thompson.
You had to look at him every single day of the trial.
It took a large amount of patience because you can feel your body just shaking with anger, but you knew you had to be patient so you don't have to go through that retrial all over again.
Sotelo took the stand and claimed he shot Corey because he attacked him in his sleep.
Of course, that's not true because every gunshot that he had was sustained from the back. 11 of them.
Did he ever show any remorse?
Never, not once.
He never is going to take accountability for what he did. He never cared. He's never going to care. He just cares for himself. It's beyond selfish.
It only took the jury 4 hours to find Sotelo guilty.
That was a relief for us to know that, okay, at least he would take some punishment for what happened.
The trial was in the 232nd Judge Josh Hill's court. In Breaking Bond reports, we told you how Judge Hill lowered Sotelo's bond amount twice.
To get out and continue to commit a crime. Again, he was caught with a gun, and you are just on bond for murdering somebody with a gun. It's terrible.
It was Judge Hill, not the jury, who sentenced Sotelo to 40 years.
I learned that most families don't actually get to have the moment we had today. And I'm very appreciative we were actually able to get a small piece of justice versus what other families can never see in their life.
It's better than nothing. I mean, for us, a life sentence would have been better because that's where we're sentenced to. We have a life sentence without my son.
Randy Wallace, Fox 26 News.
James Sotelo must serve 20 years before he can be considered for parole. He will be 40 years old.
Well, there you have it, folks. There's a white on black crime for those of you that have a hankering to see these kind of crimes. There was a gruesome one, too, and the guy was convicted, as you would hope that he would be. So, damn, I wish CKJ3 was in the audience. He would have loved that one. He'd love to see a white man get punished for killing a black. CKJ3, you would have loved that one, man. You would have loved that one. Man, let me clean out my bookmarks and just show you some of the shit that people send me or whatever before I get out of here. Yeah, here's one. She fighting over McChicken. Oh, this for those of you into sports. This whole Angel Reese thing is kind of interesting here. Not sure if you've been paying attention to it. Angel Reese.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy RG3, and I just wanted to get on here and talk to you guys because there's been a lot of buzz, a lot of conversations about my sports take that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, which was purely based in basketball. But I think all of you know there's a line in life that you just simply don't cross. Wives and children are always off limits, and Ryan Clark has sprinted past that line. Ryan Clark didn't like my sports take that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. And that's fine. It's okay. It's part of the game. Sports media, I'm going to have an opinion. This person might not agree with it. That person might not agree with it. But what you don't do is turn around and personally attack me and my family just because you don't agree with a sports opinion that is purely based off the sport. I didn't make it personal. But what that really shows is just how low of a person Ryan Clark is. But Ryan, you crossed the line, man. You made it personal and some. I really believe there should be no space in sports media for personal attacks. I've said it before. But certainly personal attacks against wife and children have always been off limits. Ryan, you attacked me and my family in a public forum on a level that shows just how low of a human being you are. You can disagree with me all you want. Challenge my takes, but keep my family and my wife out of it. That's a boundary that should always be respected, man. Always. Ryan Clark personally attacking me and my family because he disagreed with my sports opinion is a bad look for ESPN. It's cowardly, it's spineless, and it's weak. Ryan Clark personally attacking me and my family.
Oh, so that was RG3 there, responding to some criticism of Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark is another analyst, and he's saying that it's unfair, out of bounds for Ryan Clark to mention that RG3 is married to a white woman, and RG3 has been married to a white woman. I think he has 2 or 3 kids with her, and he once used the racism claim against one of his coaches, Mike Shanahan. At the same time, he's married to a white woman, and so Ryan Clark, I guess, apparently used that against him, and he's saying, "No, that's unfair." And I guess I agree with him. What does his wife have to do with his sports commentary? But it's very interesting here. RG3, kind of a man caught in the middle here. This was funny here. Let's see if I can get there. DoorDash delivery driver somehow gets lost and end up on the O'Hare International tarmac. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
It is off limits to non-airport responded to a car driving on an O'Hare tarmac over the weekend. Imagine this. CPD now says the vehicle belonged to a very confused food delivery driver who accidentally entered an area posted as off limits to non-airport personnel. Where was he trying to get?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. So the driver was not cited. The incident happened on Saturday.
And my God, how do you turn around?
Right?
Once you're in, you're in.
Responded to a car driving on an O'Hare tarmac over the week.
Yo, this guy drove around and around to get here, crossed over a couple, you know, what they call an airline, whatever the hell they are, that the plane takes off on. I think it shows you here, 36-year-old man, right? And I bet you that he probably is not, someone says call icy, I bet you that he's probably not an American. And many of these people are depending on GPS. Hell, I got in an Uber once and the driver couldn't even speak English. The damn GPS was giving him directions in like Turkish or something. So you see this quite common in the cities here. But you also see how the CPD clearly, and whoever is in control of the airport, the security is very, very lax here. Hell, that could have been a test run for all we know. Very interesting. Very interesting. Drove all the way up, crossed a couple airline, whatever the runways, yeah. The runways, yeah, we saw that. Saw that. The Supreme Court just ruled that Trump can deport 500,000 migrants legalized by Biden. It's kind of 5 times this crowd here. Very interesting. Wow. Yeah, I'm always into playing this shit.
Uh-oh, hey. Hey, nah, don't do that. Oh.
Yo, and there's kind of the end of his life there. I think they blurred out. I don't know if they do that. Yeah, they blurred out. Yeah, boy, he must have did something real bad. This is 2 versus 2 here.
What the fuck? I gotta get you too, but this shit funny.
This is in Georgia, by the way, Jonesboro, right outside of Atlanta.
No.
Oh shit, please don't let her see a penis.
What the fuck? Look at that nigga with a belt.
Oh. Damn.
They talking about call the police. Fuck that.
Yeah, I wonder what it costs to live in this apartment right here. This is in Atlanta, by the way, right outside of Atlanta. I wonder what it costs to live right here. I guess we got a good idea why Stanley lives so far away from the riffraff here, right outside of Atlanta. And let's see if I clean this up here. Probably pretty cheap, Jonesboro, Atlanta. And here's some black women twerking in the middle of the street. I don't even want to see that shit. And we saw that. And the fighting, that always kind of gets me going here.
Come on, hey, right. It's not that serious.
God damn, boy, these motherfuckers really are violent on Twitter. You know, again, just destroying neighborhoods through and through. Yo, I've always thought this, and I don't know, has anyone seen this? Has anyone seen this video? Listen to this. I've always thought this. Very interesting.
Gallons of blood, your blood. They are killing the chronically ill by drawing too much blood. Nobody talks about it. It's the dirtiest, filthiest secret on the planet. It's the blood draw crisis. So what this is billions and billions and billions of gallons of blood, your blood, pregnant women's blood, just being taken somewhere. Nobody knows where. Nobody knows where. When you get a blood test, they draw all this blood from you that they don't need. They only need a drop of blood at your blood test. You're pregnant, they'll take 5 vials, 7 vials, 9 vials, 10 vials, and they won't even realize that they could give a baby in the womb hemorrhagic shock. They don't know that. It's like, what? Take 5 vials of blood from a woman who's pregnant, and you're now possibly damaging the baby's brain. But nobody talks about it. It's crazy. And then with chronic illness, it's like, you're not feeling good? Let's get 10 more vials. You're not feeling good again? Let's do 10, 12 more vials. Wait a minute. You need to go to a specialist now. You still got your tingles, numbness, aches and pains. You still got your ringing in the ears. You still got your balance issues, your vertigo, your dizziness. You still got your neck pain, your back pain. Let's take 20 more vials, but wait, let's get you to a Lyme disease specialist like they know, okay? We're gonna, sorry, sir, or ma'am, we're gonna take now 40 vials of blood out of you because we're gonna run every test there is because you're chronically sick and we don't know why, and you slowly die. They are killing the chronically ill by drawing too much blood. Nobody talks about it. It's the dirtiest, filthiest secret on the planet, and it's got to stop someday.
It's interesting. You know, I don't go to doctors, but I know a little bit about it, and I've been before, and they do take a lot of blood. You always wonder, like, damn, you need to take a blood? Every fucking doctor needs a blood test here? It's kind of interesting. Man, some news just came out of DC here, so I'll share this with you guys. Another breakout here. Another breakout here, and let's go. Is he muted?
By the Department of Youth and Rehabilitation. Good evening. As far as how they escaped, that's still unclear. It's being kept under wraps by the Department of Youth and Rehabilitation Services. But according to D.C. police, the 3 escapees then stole a 2016 Land Rover with Pennsylvania plates and drove it from Pennsylvania down here to the district last night. They then, according to D.C. police, took part in a robbery and a shooting that took place last night in Northeast. Here's what we know about what happened on 8th Street last night. Just before 11 o'clock last night, out here on 8th Street Northeast, neighbors and witnesses...
Let me pause this right here for 1 second. When Ross Gerd and I did that live stream at my tenant's bar, Nomad Bar, that bar is like at 12th and H. That's a very affluent, is a very rapidly gentrifying area. The lower the numbers are, the closer you are to like Union Station and the Capitol. So like 1st Street, 2nd Street. So his bar is a little bit further down, 12th Street. But matter of fact, shit, let me call him. He was at work last night. Okay. I didn't forget. Let me do. God damn, I gotta make 2 phone calls here. God damn. This sounds bad.
Hello?
Hey, I'm sorry about that. I didn't forget to send it. Hey, I wanted to appreciate you for doing that because my guest got here at like 9, and you know he wanted to smoke. He wanted to smoke as soon as he got here. So yeah, I thank you for that. And I'll send it to you right now. All right, thank you. I'll send it to you right now. Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Yeah, I had a guest just checking in, and he wanted like some weed. And he said, "Yo, I need to have it. I'm gonna be here for a while, so I need it ASAP when I get here." So I said, "Okay, no problem." And this is kind of an inventory thing, guys. If you're interested in business, I said, "Well, I could have bought it myself," and then just he paid me back. But what if he canceled? I guess I could have smoked it, but you know, fucking, I don't want, you know, I don't want too much inventory here. So I said, "Hey, I need you to deliver it on consignment to me, and then I'll pay you when he checks in and pays me for it." And so that was the weed lady there. But anyway, so this is oh yeah, I was gonna call this guy. Yeah, let me see. Damn, let me call him. Yo, let me call him. Sheesh. Give me 1 second. Damn. Sound bad. Sound fucked up. Let me disconnect reconnect. Let me see how this sounds. Hey, Omar.
Yeah.
Hey, you on my stream? You on my can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, you on my live stream, man? Man, I heard it was some shooting and robberies down there 8th Street last night. I know you were at work.
Yesterday, no, I wasn't out there yesterday.
Oh, you weren't there yesterday? Damn, I heard some shootings and robberies down there.
It was what day? Sunday or Saturday was something too.
Oh yeah. Hey,
yeah.
You gonna be able to give me that footage from 8th Street?
I couldn't find anything. It's so far away. If anything new happened, I will definitely get you some footage.
Yeah. I wanna, cause I know a lot of shit be popping off on 8th Street, man.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of shit be popping off on 8th Street. But yeah, there was apparently some teenagers broke out of prison in Pennsylvania.
Oh shit! Wow.
And they came down to 8th Street and committed robberies and shot people. And I know your bar is down there. That's why I was wondering if you saw anything.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. But yeah, man, Omar, give us some footage. Hey, you know what, Omar? I want you to tell my audience the story. You remember that video? Do you still have that video where that guy tried to kill you, where he was stabbing, where he tried to stab you?
I looked. I couldn't find the videos, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, tell me about that. Tell my audience about that. What happened? It was right outside your bar, right?
At the door.
Mm-hmm. And what happened?
He got a knife, tried to stab me. I ran away. He even followed me, like, just to stab me. That was just crazy, man.
Did you have any like interaction with him before he tried to stab you?
No. So the thing, he was trying to fight someone at the bar, like outside the bar. Then I was like trying to just de-escalate the situation. Just go ahead, that's fine, whatever. Then he would just like pull a knife and was like, "Who are you?" I was like, "I'm the owner. I work here."
So that's why he tried to. Damn.
Yep, pull a knife and try to get me in it. Yeah.
Yo, you fucking lucky he didn't kill you from that video, bro.
Yeah, he was trying to, like, yeah.
Yeah, you really lucky he didn't kill you, bro. Hey, something I was gonna ask you, why did the Nomad vape shop close down there on Martin Luther King?
Oh shit, you don't know about that?
No, what happened?
You remember Jordan, right?
Yeah.
The dude who... So he was doing some bad stuff. He was selling some hard stuff.
What was he selling?
All type of drugs.
And how did they catch him?
There is a whole news about it in the news.
Really?
It's on the news. That's it. It's on Abra. It's on ABCA.
And so he was selling hard drugs in there?
Everything. From coke to methamphetamine to everything.
Damn, I was wondering how he got all that money, man. Remember I kept saying...
If you want, I'll send you the link.
Yeah,
just put MLK Nomad news, and they will give you the whole news. Yeah, it's on the news. It's on. That's it. It's closed. That's it. No more.
What did your owner say about him selling drugs?
He never knew.
He never knew?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's crazy. Was he mad about this shit?
Of course. He got shut down. He got so mad.
Oh, shit. Are you serious?
The owner lost like fucking 50K over there right now.
He lost like 50. Does he still have the lease to the building or what?
Nope. He lost even the lease for the building.
Why? Because of the activity?
They shut him down. He even have a meeting with the ABC, with police, or whatever.
Damn. So this is it right here: meth, cocaine, cannabis, and an illegal
wax, mushroom, Xanax, what else? Pills, everything you think about.
Damn, that's amazing, bro. God damn. I did not know that's why you got shut down.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Damn, thanks Omar for letting me know that. I've been wondering what happened over there.
Yes, that's it. They even took the sign. No more.
Damn. All right, Omar. Thanks, man.
All right, Ben. Of course.
Damn. Damn, that's crazy. Yo, that's fucking crazy. Dude got the fucking business shut down. What the fuck? Damn, that's crazy. Fucking crazy. God damn. Well, anyway, you guys. Oh shit. Let me check the cash outs, man. You know, a lot of times the guys, I may not check it during the stream because I'm like trying to put on the best show I can for you guys. But I see you're coming in the chat, Broke Genius. I really appreciate that. Shout out to Broke Genius, man. Sponsor of the show here, Broke Genius, as well as Lindy Lou and Herman. Was it NA Ways, Nas 415. Guys, I can't say how much I appreciate you guys. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what did we just hear? Oh, he sent the article here. All right. Let me share that article. And this is the store that was shut down here. Damn, right on Martin Luther King. Right on Martin Luther King. So let me pull that up. Damn. Shout out to Broke James again, guys. Okay. And here's that article here. And it's been shut down a while. December 17th. Located on Martin Luther King Avenue. 2 pounds of cocaine. Yikes. 36 pounds of weed, 2 pounds of meth, 6 pounds of mushrooms, 22 pounds of THC wax, and 860 grams of THC liquid. A gun was also discovered. I know this guy, Jordan Payne. He was arrested and charged with possession. Wow. Jeez. Wow. Let me see if I can find a video of this shit. I know this guy right here. Wow. Damn. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. What? Video. Wow. Anyway, guys, it's been great. It's been my pleasure here. Always my pleasure here. Again, thanks to Dolomite and everyone, Broke Things, everyone supporting the show here. Thanks again. Maybe join us up on the big screen, big panel. Anyone's interested, I'll start up a panel. We do it for an hour or so, 2 hours, depends on how it goes here. Anyway, thanks guys for joining.